After more than 16 months of fighting between the Sudanese armed forces and the paramilitary rapid support forces, Sudan is facing an unprecedented hunger crisis and an epidemic. Since April 2023, the country has been largely isolated from the outside world, with aid trickling in through two main routes: Port Sudan in the northeast of the country and the Adre border crossing in the southwest. In a bid to alleviate one of the world's most severe humanitarian crises in the world, Sudan's Sovereign Council announced the temporary reopening of the Adre border crossing with Chad, which has been closed for 6 months over accusations of weapon smuggling for the RSF. But the SAF has only permitted entry to a handful of trucks, not nearly enough to sustain the millions of displaced Sudanese people. And as the rainy season approaches, it is increasingly difficult to deliver that aid to those who need it, namely residents of Darfur. Efforts for negotiation have been repeatedly hampered. Both sides accused each other of breaching the Jeddah ceasefire agreement signed on May 11, 2023, less than a week later. And earlier this month, the SAF refused to attend US-brokered talks in Geneva after accusing the UAE, who was attending the talks as an observer, of sponsoring the RSF. The ongoing conflict has rendered Sudan one of the worst places to live for children globally, as rampant sexual violence, ethnic targeting, abduction, and recruitment into armed groups devastates the country. With no clear end in sight, the humanitarian crisis raises pressing questions about how long people can survive without essential resources and how they will cope with the psychological toll of this ongoing conflict.